bridge connecting Akiama Community to Bonny Main Town and Oguede and Abalamabie communities has collapsed. Eyewitnesses say, but for the alarm raised by onlookers, a young woman with her baby alongside the commercial motorcycle rider carrying her would have become casualties of the collapsed bridge. Akiama Community, which is the homestead of the Alaputa Chieftaincy House of Bonny Kingdom, is in Bonny local government area of River State. An eyewitness, Okpoyimi Okundiaye, said the bridge collapsed about 12 noon during the heavy downpour of Tuesday, August 22, 2020. 3. Effectively cutting off commuters utilizing the road from Akiama and Oguede communities. Also disconnected are the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base, Bonny Vocational Centre, St. Charles Hospital, and Federal Polytechnic of Oil and Gas, among others. Narrating what she saw to Christina reports, Okundiaye said she, alongside other shop owners and residents of the area, sensed the vibrations on the bridge early morning on their way to their shops and alerted others to stay away from the bridge.
I was coming to the shop this morning around 7. It was raining heavily, real heavily, and passing on top of the bridge, I observed if you mash it, it's like floater, as if there was nothing underneath it. And there was someone in front of me, and I told the person, are you not observing the way this thing is? It's like all the sand underneath it have washed away. I just pray this bridge will not collapse. That was my statement this morning when I passed. It's about after 11 to 12, if I'm not mistaken. I saw a lady, an Hausa man, and the rest. They came and they were washing the road because the flood was coming from this side and there was no way for the grass that the current was pulling, there was no way for it to pass. So they were thinking of how to remove the grasses so that the water can pass. They just left the place. They just left after observing and everything. They just left and they stepped to this point. In here, they've not even gone far. Just here, when the thing just collapsed. But it didn't collapse immediately, this bad. So, and when we look, we saw an Okada man carrying a passenger with a child on it. So we quickly shouted and we told the Okada man to go back. And the lady too to go back. So they went back. They just passed and they crossed to the other side of the road. Immediately they crossed to that side, the bridge went down totally.
She stated that it was imperative for the relevant authorities quickly reconstruct the bridge and also provide a good drainage system to avoid a recurrence of the incident, warning that should the rains fall again, the buildings adjoining the bridge would start collapsing as well. In an interview with Christina Reports, another shop owner, Harmony Okaraiki, said she was called from home to come evacuate her shop as the building was falling apart due to its foundation, which was close to the canal bounding the bridge caving in.
I was at home. I got a call that my shop was collapsing. I had to run here very, very fast. I even fell on the way. Oh. And then people were like trying to stop me from getting in. They were like, it's dangerous, it's dangerous. I had to rush in to bring out my stuff. Most of my things have been scattered. Some people carry, they help me, but most of my things are missing as well. If possible, there's any sort of compensation, because it's really heartbreaking.
She called on the relevant authorities to consider paying compensation to business owners whose shops were affected by the collapse of the bridge. Also speaking, the director of publicity of Alaputa Chieftaincy House Youths, Miracle Alaputa, said there were no casualties recorded in the bridge collapse, disclosing that debris, including grasses that blocked the free flow of water under the bridge, contributed to the collapse.
And then we were so surprised, although we have already envisaged something like this to occur due to the heavy duties that pass here, and also we have some debris, some grasses that have overgrown over time, and because they were not able to pass under the bridge, I think that stopped up the bridge and could not allow water to have an easy flow. Yeah, there was no casualty. Even the woman who was passing on bike, I think when that particular incident happened, because the force wasn't that much, there was no injury sustained. But there would have been a serious injury if the rain was still falling.
On her part, a banker, Ruth Jumbo, told Christina Reports that she was scared when she heard of the collapse of the bridge, for fear of anyone being hurt, informing that this was about the third time the bridge had collapsed, calling for a more thorough reconstruction work to avert any further incident there.
I was scared, thought that someone got hurt because this road, this is not the first time it's damaged. This is not the first time at all. But me seeing that, coming here, seeing this, the first thing I thought was if someone was present when this thing happened. But thank God there was no injury, so I heard from the eyewitnesses around. This road is one of a major road in Bonny Island, because from here you go to the Navy office, and Navy office obviously is very important. Imagine that there's a crisis now. Imagine maybe there's one crime happening. They can't zoom off here. They have to turn around to Coconut Estates, Magistrate Court area, down, and before they will get to the scene, it's already over. But with this, if this road is perfectly okay, then I think they will get to the crime scene immediately.
Chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Bonny Branch, Prophet Adami Alaputa, advised the government and other relevant stakeholders to come to the aid of the Akiama people and fix the bridge.
Well, this morning they called me that this bridge has collapsed, and I knew that some time ago some company were awarded a contract to rebuild the place, because the first time we experienced it was this form. So they called those companies to come and work on it, and so that we can have access. So we did it. It's about a year plus now. We just finished it. So what we saw now is that the same bridge where they worked collapsed again. And we understand that the structure or the engineering work aspects of the bridge was not done properly, because we're supposed to have, at the center of this place, we're supposed to have a pillar that will go about 7-9 feet inside the ground to hold the bases up. But while looking at it, there's nothing like pillar. So it's just like they pour the concrete on the surface, so without something holding it. Because if there is pillar at the ground, at least let's say 6 pillars, it will intercept within each other. Then there will be iron enforcing the strongness to hold any capacity or any load or vehicle passing on it. But this one now, this is a major road. Why is a major road? Tippers with sand, they passes here. So if you want to do those kind of bridge, you would look at the structure you have that can carry the weight of this major road. It's not a community road. It has been an access where vehicle, caterpillars, payload that passed. So we look at it today, we find out that there was no enough foundation in the ground that can withhold it up. And the drainage is poor, because the source of this water coming this way is coming from oil and gas. All the way from oil and gas, Federal Polytechnic Oil and Gas. So those water that is coming there has full force, because this is only canal, let me use the word canal, that where transmits the water inside the ocean. So where this place must be paying more attention to enable all water being collected into it will be channeled without damage. If you look at this building behind or by the side of the place, it's collapsing, it's cracked already. If rain falls today, tomorrow, all these buildings will go out. So now, it will be that when government attention or company attentions or community attention is called upon, they will design it in a way that it will link little drainage that will be coming from different places to all will come into this place and pass to the ocean. So
he stressed that the reconstruction of the bridge should be awarded to a reputable company that understands the topography of the area, emphasizing that the collapsed bridge lacked the required support structures to carry the weight of vehicles commuting on it, insisting that this should be factored into the reconstruction process.
Is the news from around you, from the communities, in the creeks, on the roads, whether they're celebrations, protests, parades, football matches, the people, the places, the issues, we serve them fresh, hot, unbiased, factual, and timely. It is informative and educative. It is community news. It's the news on Christina Television. Follow our social media handles. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay with us. Christina Television, your plug for community news.